I don't think I can, you're all booked up anyways.
And there you go.
Just goes when I'm sticking it.
Yeah. Oh,
I got most of them in church. It's good. Hey, you're ready. Hey. Okay, how about you? That's right. Game over already? Oh, they canceled because of the heat.
Cancer chose one.
Yeah.
We went to state, and we got beat 7-8. We got fifth in state.
Pretty good.
We didn't look bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I think when you get a chance to stand, that was just an honor just to go.
Where was it, Rick?
Up there at Danville,
Okay.
yeah, about 3 hours. I took off Thursday, Friday, to go to the state, we would have won. Kept winning, we won first game, lost second game, and if I would have, when we got beat 7-8, but I came from Chicago. Them Chicago kids, man, they're good. We gave them everything we had though, but we could have beat them, and I was kind of Saturday, up that way, been in the money.
We're on recording already. Live.
Really? I don't remember ever getting that sports heat. Me either. We haven't talked about how long ago that was either.
Are these both yours?
Yeah, we would have played, but Alton had already canceled theirs.
Oh,
And we were supposed to play at Alton Parochial School, so I guess they kind of follow what
You need another agenda?
their guidelines are, so.
Oh, I don't have everything.
how you been?
Good.
Good.
So, who's helping you out, Joe?
Sean,
John?
and Brad Fulton.
No? Yeah. Or it's in my car. I think it works. I think you're hard to follow.
So.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's it, you do.
I see where Dane pulled it out for your
Howdy, howdy.
box now.
Yeah. Well, we only did that because of my mom.
I know, I thought,
When she was-
mine got a package that was addressed to 2 of them, and I thought.
I can live.
I know, I know.
Congratulations.
Hey, what's that, buddy?
We're recording already. We're live already.
All right,
You got the chain
all
on.
righty. Couple of saying, huh?
He said, I didn't take all this stuff away.
Oh.
So he's not big all there, well, there anyway. I said, well,
Here, I'm gonna hand this to you,
and the mail.
here's the bids I had on the police side of the watch. So you got something to put, you know,
Oh.
anybody have questions, we did this.
Lots of family.
Oh, okay.
It's all state bid.
Everybody.
Okay.
So, very competitive. And,
And I told her.
I wanted to just, have everybody ask, we got it.
I don't have all the bills done anyway, so.
I got the tires on the police car today, and then PJ's up Carmel did it. I called one place from bid for state bid, so I got the deal. The one place that didn't have state bid was like $1,100 and some dollars.
You know what I do?
I got it was like $670 something. Hell of a difference.
Big difference.
Yeah, Arvin, how you doing?
Didn't even hear about the man, but I mean, they were having.
He could have it brought to the house. I do that for like. I mean, it's called, Hardship County. I take it out the mail every day to the house.
We have an extra packet around
And he can do the same, because he doesn't care. Obviously, I get that.
So then, mine ordered fish, live fish. So they were at the post office and Lisa phoned me, you know, to.
Cut it work today.
Yeah, but I didn't see it, so I have to.
Hello, we're live.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
But so, it's right up on that, where, like, no line. They were.
Oh, here.
Not really.
So, but, yeah, so he was just, I just told him he was saying that. They were going,
Joe, what's in your world, man?
First day of school.
Yeah.
All the kids love to be
Air
out.
conditioning on, the windows open, huh?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, most of them did actually. Most of them
Good job.
tried to be back.
Hey.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Sure, most of the parents were excited for me to be back.
Oh, God, yeah, I think everybody's got it right. Yeah, I bet so.
At 7:00, we'll call the meeting to order. Have a roll call, please.
Regular meeting, Wednesday, October 2021. Mayor Chapman.
Present.
Alderperson Brown.
Present.
Alderperson Brucker.
Present.
Alderperson Gerd.
Present.
Alderperson Householder.
Present.
Alderperson Menard.
Present.
Alderperson West.
Present.
Treasurer Webb was not gonna be here. I'm here, and Mr. Verticchio's not here yet. Don't know if he's coming.
Stand for the pledge, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stand and take the W, please. Lord, help us counsel to find wisdom, shed light on our thoughts. Give us strength to concentrate, to think objectively, and to see clearly. Help us, Lord, to avoid vanity and pride, and thus be able to make worthy decisions as true servants of yours. Amen. Sorry.
That's all right.
Review and approve the minutes.
There's no, discussion on, make a motion to approve.
Second.
Menard.
Yes.
Householder.
Yes.
West.
Yes.
Gerd.
Yes.
Brucker.
Yes.
Brown.
Next item is the board report. Don't have that.
There's a few previous ones from bills I did a little bit, but I haven't finished entering all the bills yet. I'm almost done, but not quite.
So
You
we'll
want to
have,
approve what's in the packet, or?
sure can. So,
I'll make a motion to approve reports in the packet.
I'll second that.
Gerd.
Yes.
Householder.
Yes.
West.
Yes.
Menard.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Rucker.
Yes.
Statement of revenue and expenditures and financial report.
Yeah, we don't have that yet. It's not updated. The system's not updated.
Water users positive refund report.
We don't have that either.
Treasurer's report.
That is in the packet, yes, sir.
Is that where it starts, council approval, report for general fund?
No, hers is different, looks like this, Chelsea. It says city treasurer's
Gotcha.
report on the top.
I remember when I looked at it the other evening.
Should have a little 8 up in the corner.
Okay.
I've been trying to label them if I have time. Up in the right-hand corner. I'll be farther back after time sheets. There you go.
So then what are we actually seeing here then?
These are the Illinois funds. Accounts. Sales tax fund, motor fuel tax fund, road and bridge. And stuff, personal property replacement tax, money from the state,
So it's
or
not,
Illinois funds.
not all of her reports, but rather a reporting of Illinois.
Illinois funds, yeah, that's the only report the treasurer does.
Gotcha.
Make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the treasurer's report. Roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Bruckert,
Yes.
West.
Yes.
Gert,
Yes.
Menard,
Yes.
Householder.
Yes.
Comments from visitors? Hearing no comments from the visitors, we're gonna move to old business. We're gonna go to the May Meisner Whitaker Memorial Park. Start talking about the recode of the walking paths.
The recode of the walking paths, I left a message for the gentleman, and I have not heard back, and I just did that, because I had to get his name again, to confirm that I was contacting the right one, so I will try again tomorrow, if not, we'll go ahead and get it started on it.
And so now that the parks, we're pretty well done with baseball now, we've got time to get them out there, so it's neat. Oslight grant update.
I think Lisa, there's paperwork in here.
Yeah, it's right behind the treasurer's report.
Yeah.
I was reading through it, and I have a different amount, so we're gonna have to revisit that. And make sure she's got all the invoices and stuff.
What, did you see on the back of the treasurer's report? She's got, I'm assuming those are the bills from, that was paid out of the,
No, that's like Cody Lee and reimbursement for like the light bulbs for me and Aaron Lee.
Yeah,
That's all this current stuff.
that's the current bills.
oh, that's out of the park.
Right.
So
We'll have to get on that because we do need to get that reimbursed, so.
Yeah, but she came up with the interest and, but if she were here tonight, she'd probably be able to,
I saw that, I was impressed, because we wondered, how we finally get this, so it's nice to see.
Yeah.
When you add more on to it, I guess.
we'll revisit that shortly. Next is Worth Avenue Sanitary Sewer Project update. Sewer is completed.
really, that's great.
We have sent letters out to all the citizens, letting them know that sewer is done. They're able to hook onto it if they choose.
We did.
been done. And they have a timeline now of when to hook up. So they should all be aware.
And that's different than the letter that they already had, or?
It's just, yeah, it's a reminder that the sewer project was done.
And it mentions a timeline, I don't think the previous one did it?
Correct. Let's move to item C then. We're gonna adopt the 2022 annual budget.
The only thing that's different is I added that payroll processing. I tried to add a separate line item and the system wouldn't let me for some reason. So I added the amounts under professional miscellaneous expenses. I split it up between, I don't have last month's here. But that's one in every department. Okay, I had 3,800 in each department.
A motion to adopt fiscal year 2022 annual budget.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to adopt the 2022 annual budget. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Rucker,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
West, Gert,
Yes.
Menard,
Yes.
Householder.
Yes.
Next, we're gonna talk about the paychecks flex time update. That's, it's been going pretty good. The employees are clocking in. We've had some hiccups the last couple weeks with internet problems and IP address issues. But most all those kinks are worked out now. As of today, everyone clocked in without a problem as far as I'm aware. And we're only gonna go uphill with that, I think. I think it's gonna turn into a good thing for us, so. Does anybody have any questions about?
You might wanna let them know that, we've updated all of their sick time and vacation time and.
Yeah, that
Yeah, that was
was,
a question I had.
yeah,
So you've
that's,
taken care of that?
The employees, John sent them a letter and they all
I know that, but I
verified,
mean, you,
paychecks entered all that into.
yeah, so that was what my question was.
yeah, we sent
So,
the,
okay.
we sent the forms to,
And you know, I was thinking I will need to have access to print off their time to put with the payroll.
I was gonna call on that today.
I know, I've got too busy.
Didn't get that done, but I will find out how to get that done for you. So, again, it's been a little rough start, but, you know, it's starting to smooth out, so we'll definitely keep a close eye on that and keep it moving forward.
I think it's positive. For
It
sure.
is, it's very positive.
Everything like that, I pick up the key in, but it's been,
The modem was bad over at the city shed, so that was causing problems.
So it probably has been bad the whole time, right?
It probably has been in
Definitely.
going all the way back to the old time clock.
And why it wouldn't work.
It's good.
Yes.
Next item is the audio video equipment and live stream account update. So we're still on YouTube. There's been no change in that area yet. Next item is the deputy clerk position update, candidate listing. We have one more interview this Friday.
Mhm.
And after that, we're gonna send our candidates to the committee and hopefully find a great person to fill that role. I know we've had a lot of very good candidates and they all interviewed very strong and we hope to get us a good one.
It was good to see it all laid out like that.
Yeah, I did that more for myself
Yeah.
to keep it straight, but I thought you guys would
It was
like a
nice.
copy of it
Yeah.
too.
City website proposal update.
I had put what Jill had found out yesterday, last meeting. I did not put the other proposal that Kara gave us. I didn't copy it again and put it in here. But I didn't know if there was an update or what's going on.
Well, everybody had a package to take home with them, so hopefully they reviewed it. The website for the water department that they're using is basically just that. You can't post pictures or create calendars for sporting events or any kind of, the fall fest or anything like that. This website company does municipal and cities only that we presented last month. And I've been through it again, I've looked at everything. One thing that I really like, and Rhonda may like as well, if Mr. Verticchio can put any input in this, I'm not sure. If we approve this, all the minutes, the agendas and the minutes will be posted on this website.
So post them, that's the thing. Who's gonna have the time?
Well,
Who's gonna
I'm sorry,
do all of that?
they will do it for us. It's covered in this, or they'll show us how to do it, so we'll have either option. And then, Rick, so if someone would want to do a FOIA request,
Right.
could we refer them back to the website?
Sure.
I mean,
Sure, it's published on the website. As long as you're gonna have to wait until the minutes are actually approved at the.
right,
appropriate
Yes,
meeting.
exactly.
And then most of them
Yeah.
are on the website. So-
which we would have to do that for them to get the FOIA anyway.
Right.
So.
Right.
Okay, so I thought that was
Well,
could definitely be a plus.
Huge advantage, absolutely.
This company, again, for the first year, it's a fee of $1,599. And then if we do the 3-year contract, we'll save $400 with the 3-year contract. The price is normally $1,999. And the second and third year, it's $1,080. And then for the domain name, which we already have one, I would have to ask if we can use that or if we have to get a separate one if we're gonna keep the script for the water department. This company, you can also have up to 5 spots where you can pay something. So for example, if we wanted to allow the community to buy a permit for their, what I call toy, that should be whatever you want to call it, side by side, yeah. They can purchase that on the website if they want to let them do that. So they wouldn't have to come down here and it goes directly.
Well, they
into our
still
account.
have to come down and get it inspected.
Well, they'd have to get a copy of the permit too, else we would mail it. But, the water bills, they can pay through here, or we leave it where it's at. If we would want to incorporate sports into it and allow them to fill out the paperwork through, I know Godfrey has that, they have it where you can pay directly online and fill out your form if your kids want to play sports or anything. So that's an option.
Well, that's a separate entity. The sports league.
Right. We just have to get it to their account.
These are just all the possibilities
Yeah,
that
right.
we can do with this website. Is
So,
just trying to convey.
Like on a FOIA request, it'd be easier, you wouldn't have to mess with it. You have to refer them to that and let them find it on their own, and then they won't be.
Well, the minutes aren't the hardest part of the FOIAs. Because I can attach them to an email. It's everything else that I can't just look up on the computer and attach to an email. And stuff I have to scan because the scanner only scans like 10 pages.
so
Just for people to be able to access the information
Mhm.
is nice,
they can, so an individual can sign up for it. They can go in, there's a screen where they can go in and select, I don't know if anybody's had time to look at all this information, but you can go in and select what you want. So if I wanted to get the minutes every month automatically, and I wanted to get the agenda, I check those boxes and then it comes into my email. Or if I decide I don't want that, I can go back in and just uncheck the box and then it stops coming. So,
Is there any limit, Jerry, as the number of inquiries that people could make on it, or it's just open,
It's
they'll
open.
respond to anything?
correct.
Oh, that's great.
Well, yeah, it gives them option,
Well-
the options to check if they want them every month. And then you can also do our email addresses through here, like John had suggested, where you are, everybody would have the same email address. And then when, say I'm no longer on the board, you would still have access to all the emails I have. And people moving forward from here, you know. I don't know how far we would want to extend that. Would we want to extend it to the head of the public works department and the chief of police and that one might be a little, I don't know what kind of emails they get, but that might be a little hard to do with the chief of police, but,
They may want not police.
or do we want to just do council and mayor and city clerk, treasurer?
And water clerk and.
Is there a place for comments on this? On the website, not that I saw, Julie, and they do have an option to, if we want to have a Facebook page as well, it can connect directly to the Facebook page. So they have 24/7 service. He said again on Christmas, 7 days a week, 24 hours. If our system goes down, they guarantee it can be back up within so many hours. Which they probably had it back up before any of us knew it was down. The emails are $33 a person per year, and that's not included in the package, so that would be additional. And then if you wanted to do the embedded meeting videos, you can do that, where they go right onto our website. That's $149 a year.
And they
then-
help they help you upload those also?
Yes. Yes. And they'll teach us how to do it as well.
That's cool.
So at this time, I would like to make a motion to move forward with this website and the Bunker-Hill website. I think we're one of the only communities that doesn't have a website. And I think we could put a lot of important information that people would like seeing.
I second that.
The only thing that we would need to know is if we would want to include the email addresses or if you want to go down a different resource for that.
What's the name
Or
of the company?
if we just do, I'll get that for you just a second, if we do, our range. I don't know how you do that, it's Town Web.
Town Web.
Mhm.
Thank you. Oh. West,
Yes.
Rucker,
Yes.
Menard,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Householder,
Yes.
Gerd.
Yes.
Maybe you could not do too much until we get a deputy clerk in here. Because we don't have a lot of time to do anything between Jill and I. Anything extra, and I still got, I'm backed up on everything.
Yeah, no, that's nice. Because it would be nice.
So, let's, keep focused here, guys. We're gonna move to the forensic audit status update next.
Forensic audit update is simple. I have a phone call and again, I just did that, so I will let you guys know probably next month or if we have a special meeting between.
Next item is the IML Risk Management Association important notice.
That was emailed to Brad. What is his name?
Yeah, I have no information about the insurance package renewal. If it was done, if it wasn't done, because I gave that information to you guys. And so now they're saying they don't have it, so.
Well, that's what I just talked to you about and asked you if we needed to have that on the agenda. Because we did it last month, I need to know if it needed to be on the agenda. And you said since it's stuff that we've already insured with, that we could just send the changes, so I emailed that to him. And
Evidently, there's a whole application or something.
there was that whole packet that you gave us, and we went through Glenn and Joe was here that
I was
night.
sitting in the audience, technically
was
the audience, but yeah.
Say you and Lisa were in the audience. I think you were absent.
Yeah, it's, you and Joe.
Oh, and Jake was here. And he
July
gave in
9th it was due.
Yeah, and Jake gave in the of what he thought the changes would be. So it has been sent to him,
Only the changes?
for the whole packet.
Do you know a date that it has been sent?
Let's see, John and I talked about it, I think Sunday, whether it needed to be, or Saturday, when I need to be on the agenda. I emailed it Monday, I believe, Rhonda.
Monday, this past Monday?
Yes, yes, because we thought it had to be put on the agenda.
Thank you.
I'll open that tomorrow, make sure they've received it. Or Gary, if you could, make sure they've received it. Let's go to new business. Orland? Orland's here with the Lions Club tonight for Candy Day.
Mayor Chapman and City Council. Bun Hill Lions Club is requesting permission to have our annual Lions Club Candy Day on October 8th and October 9th, 2021. We'll be collecting at several businesses in town, as well as a four-way stop at the flagpole uptown. We will be wearing reflective vests at the four-way stop. And we'll be collecting from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. both days. We will provide proof of insurance after September 1st, 2021. That's because of the fiscal year of the policy. And Jack Hurst is our Candy Day chairman, so he's the contact person. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve the Lions Candy Day.
You need a rain out day or no?
No.
Second motion.
Motion's been made and seconded.
I stand in the rain.
It's like candy.
Brown,
Yes.
Burkert,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Gert,
Yes.
Menard,
Yes.
Householder.
Yes.
All right, Marty.
Looks like the last one.
All right. Yeah, I'm on behalf of Sage House also here. They're supposed to be here, I don't know where they're at. Yeah, we just speed games would like to propose to be able to block off East Warren from the corner of 159 to the alley at Sage House for the following dates, tomorrow. 9/9 and 10/14 at 5 o'clock each day. If we have rain, we'll probably just cancel, because none of the cars are gonna come out in the rain anyway. So, if it's raining, we won't be there. We've been having a monthly car cruise up there for the past few months, and each time it grows. The cruise in is a group of cars that come and stay for dinner, refreshments, etc. They don't leave until the event is over. Our last one attracted over 37 cars, as we have partnered with some other car clubs. At times, a lot of cars that are driving by do a lot of rubbernecking. They're looking at the cars and not paying attention to what they're doing when they're driving. We see them swerve over, we see them almost hit pedestrians in the roads. There's really nothing we can do, to make it safe. So we're kind of worried about that. And also, pedestrians are walking across the street and cars are coming by, looking at cars, and we've almost seen 2 of them get hit. It's an awesome event for our community as a whole. We do get a lot of out-of-town guests. You got guys coming from Edwardsville, St. Louis, Staunton, Canal. We got cars coming from everywhere. And they're bringing money in town because they're buying gas, they're stopping at EDI. I mean, they're stopping everywhere, anywhere in town. And as far as the restaurants, all restaurants benefit. We don't tell them just go to Sage. We let them pick wherever they want to eat. So, if they want to go over to BG's, they go to BG's, Sage, Reds, wherever, or walk down to EDI. So, if this is approved by the council, well, it's between 5 and 9 each night. If the cars start to leave, we'll cut it off short, open the road back up. We'll just see if there's 5 cars, there's no reason to have the road blocked off. So we'll use our judgment on that and open it back up if possible. We'll take care of everything. We have a bunch of cones, safety cones, and we'll tape it off, and we'll be in safety vest, whoever's letting the cars come in. And then, we got a lot of members, so manpower is not a problem. We're not asking anything, any city work to be done, but just approving it.
What do you mean, provide?
Stagehouse has filled out the insurance part of the,
I think it's with this.
it's kind of a, we don't have insurance for that because we're just a car club. So it's their, it's their deal. And we just try to, promote the town is what we're doing.
Right.
I think you all.
So, just to reiterate what you said, you guys are gonna bring your own supplies to block the road?
Right.
And, as far as, one thing we have to worry about is the liquor licenses, we don't allow liquor in the center of the streets. So that'll have to,
The police,
that would have to stay on the sidewalks according to the, each vendor's license.
I'm not pro with that, so I remember.
My only question would be if you're gonna shut that road off there, what about like the, I don't know what the hours of the hairdresser there is for parking for her patrons in the library and the beach, the deli goes, do they use that for parking to eat? I mean, I'm not opposed to it, I just, they've got other businesses there that might wanna try to get in there and have access to get haircuts. I don't know what their hours are.
Are you wanting to shut the whole thing across or
Just
just?
to the alleyway. The library's closed on Thursday nights when we have the show. And we have Thursday. So
Are you gonna
library's
take
not-
up that side too, Billy Goat's side
Well, if you
and the
block
Goat
it off,
Salon?
they won't go down that road.
Well, they
That's my only concern, if
Yeah.
there was somebody would be, you got a business there, cuts hair, they cut hair in the
They
evening.
do.
You might go all the way across or just half.
Well, the problem is, if we park cars on one side, and we've got a couple pull on the other side, people are still walking.
Back and
So how do
forth.
we stop the
Yeah,
cars
I
from?
see.
I'm not
That's been the whole
opposed,
problem, because they've been parking on both sides of the road anyway.
I'm not opposed to any of it, don't get me wrong, I just wanna make sure that business
Yeah.
there, next thing we'll know,
Somebody
they'll
might be speaking about that,
be speaking about not having enough
Couple of-
parking here.
yeah, already, yeah.
Make that aware of it.
What a weird hours.
And what time they cut hair there.
No, I don't think they have specific
Well,
hours.
as far as regular hours, I believe they close at 5, but I do know that they do take appointments later in the meeting sometimes too, so it would depend on the day actually.
I mean, if it's okay with that business and Billy Goat uses a lot of that for parking too, and I understand that they go there and eat too for parking. I mean, as long as it's, everybody's in agreement, there's no problem with it.
We did this, 2 months ago? 3 months ago now.
Not but that.
So they did what?
Well, there,
Shut the street.
Shut the street down to.
For the police benefit fund.
Is that for the police benefit?
Yeah.
With the van?
Yeah.
Yeah, they asked for the car and we said no, because we didn't have the
Another one.
car when we couldn't approve.
Regardless, I heard no complaints of that book.
Right.
Yeah, we still got all of 159 out front of Reds, because we can't block that road.
Right.
We should have a cruise there, but it's just as bad.
It's actually probably more dangerous up there.
Right.
we could block that off anyhow.
Yeah.
Right.
The salon's hours stay till 8 on Thursday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Could they come in behind and like park over at the
They can park in the alley.
Well,
library?
I'm on the library board, and I'm sure that we could use the library parking lot to accommodate the hairdressing and, I'm just, here.
As long as they get that worked out, and no, right, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, on those nights,
For now.
I mean, people have been parking on both sides of the road all the way down past the library.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm talking one night.
another month, and if it gets rained out.
Yeah, they park on the 159 side anyway.
Yeah.
What about the firehouse?
Town's pretty busy on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can.
The thing is, their cars are gonna be up there anyhow, so it doesn't matter if we block it off or not, your cars are gonna be there.
Right.
Just trying to make it safer.
We're trying to make it safe.
Right.
So Mark, if we approve the first event that you have scheduled, as long as there's no feedback or complaints for that one, then we would be okay with the next two, or are you okay with that?
Yeah, but.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, I don't want anybody to get hit. I mean.
We don't either.
A little kid running out of a car, right, you know, somebody rubbernecking.
You already have to go slower now with all the traffic up there on it every day, yeah.
We run into the same thing with the bike show.
So I will make a motion for 8/12/21 for the speed limits to have their car show in front of Sage House, with them being responsible for all the blocking off and monitoring the alcohol staying on the sidewalks
I'll second.
from 5 to 9 p.m. And then, barring no disturbances or complaints, we can approve the 9/9/21 and the 10/14/21.
And so that'll be right before the next meeting,
Mm, right.
same way.
So if that works for you. And you don't, and he doesn't need to be here next month, does he? Unless you want to be.
I'll do whatever you tell me to do.
So motion's been made and seconded. Roll call.
Bernard,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Householder,
Yes.
Ruckert.
Yes.
Gerd.
Yes.
West.
Yes. Good luck. Hope you have a good turnout.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
So next is the citizens inquiry.
Is this the running season?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I labeled as weapons. It is a nice area they have there.
I didn't know. I was excited to read it. I want to go see if somebody's making noise.
Right, so
It closes early, I think. It normally closes by 10.
Thought they did, but
I don't go there very often. I went there once for Glades.
They got a fenced in area there with some
unless they
tables and
increase
stuff.
the hours after they put that in.
They cut a window on the side of the building, you know, that serve out
Yeah.
the side of the window. It looks really nice.
I mean, I'm sure they did it because of COVID restrictions.
Well,
I'm
that,
sure that started
They
it.
got horseshoe pits
horseshoe
there
pits
too.
there, I think they did that. A lot of the places in Edwardsville, your mooses and livestock are set up that way,
Yeah.
you know.
So. Is the citizen asking if they need a cafe license?
No, that's my handwriting. They don't have one.
well, I think we can,
Is it a cafe, I'm not trying to, is it a cafe one for being on the sidewalk? Where, because we're supposed to have a beer garden, that's not considered a cafe license. My understanding of it, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, maybe you're right about that.
Yeah, cafe,
Yeah,
my
sidewalk,
understanding
yeah,
of
it's on
cafe
the
license is for on the sidewalk or your business. If you have, like uptown, Sage House, they got
They have one.
They got outdoors.
They got outdoor place to drink, the new place, maybe out, place outside.
This
Rest
year, the
center.
bunkhouse doesn't have one.
Yeah.
They-
So I think a cafe license wouldn't apply to that one. I might be wrong. Rick?
Well, no, your cafe license, you're not talking about having a beer garden.
Yeah.
So,
So is there anything that they're doing wrong as far as the Legion's concerned?
I don't think so, because they got a fenced, it's a fenced in area, you know, I think it's on their
All
property.
right, to 10 o'clock, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't want anybody disturbed, but I think up to 10 o'clock is a reasonable business.
I don't.
And I think also,
It's a business hour.
we mentioned been complaining to Legion, and just taking the police to take a little bit, and we could also go by there and see if there's any problems. If not, if it gets too hot, we'll have to quiet it down.
We can't
I know this.
suggest hours, right, Rick? I mean, it's
No,
whatever
right.
hours they're open, that's their property, they should be able to access it.
You're exactly right.
we don't have any other complaints from any neighbors. to-
That's what I'm saying, I know this gentleman, he complains about everything, so it's just something, I believe.
And I think we're gonna just Move on from this topic, I don't think
I
there's
just wanted to bring it up.
much discussion we need. Next item is the destruction of the former mayor's signature stamp.
I'll make a motion that we destroy.
I'll second that.
Okay, then I'm lost here, okay. Level G. Then we shall see. Menard?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Householder?
Yes.
Rucker?
Yes.
Garrett?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Okay, who wants to destroy it? Stop.
You don't have to melt it.
I think it comes apart.
Hey, so I just pulled the rubber off of it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, probably can. Just put your fingers in heat.
So our next item is the IDOT letter dated July 22nd, 2021.
I can't remember, I think I told you that.
What did you say?
I got letter.
The IDOT letter is, I was told it's for the lights. Is this the same one? Yes. Yes. So I spoke with Adam at Higgins and Associates today, and he's still trying to get an answer, but he believes that's what this is for. And this was before me, he said like 8 years ago. So if any of you can remember, he said there was a grant for the streetlights.
I do vaguely remember.
Okay.
Like green.
Wow.
Yeah, that was,
2012 it says there.
no electric goes to it, and that's all.
They've been back there that time ago.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they were,
here's gonna be the tricky part, they need paperwork to finalize it.
But it says after multiple attempts.
Yeah. Like that's,
I don't, this is the first I've seen of it since,
They don't tell them what email it could have went to.
well, they mailed them.
yeah. Oh, but it was also addressed to,
That's 9 years ago, Joe.
yeah, 2012, right there,
Yeah.
August 1st, 2012.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's reached out to them to see exactly what they're looking for, and he's gonna get back to me. So, more next month.
Very good.
Next item is to accept the
Bob
public
Wayne still there.
works employees resignation.
John Trevino.
Correct, one of our employees is leaving us, going to a different job. Have someone accept the resignation,
I'll
please.
make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call.
who first and you second?
Going first, I
Okay.
second.
Sorry,
No, second.
busy writing. Menard,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Gert.
Yeah.
Householder,
Yes.
Rucker.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if we can do this at this time. Can I make a motion to run an ad for this position? Do we need to list like Indeed, local paper,
Your second.
Well, she hasn't made the motion yet.
and stuff? Yeah. I would like to make a motion to hire a new public works, or run an ad to hire someone, a public works department employee.
Second that.
Motion's been made and seconded, or advertise the public works employees. Roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Rucker,
Yes.
West.
Yes.
Gert. Menard.
Yes.
Householder.
Yes.
Our next item is a leave of absence for Jake. It's included in your packet. According to the contract, somebody's gonna be gone for an extended amount of time. they have to ask the council for a 6-month leave of absence.
And he's doing that effective August 1st.
Correct.
I make a motion to accept his leave of absence.
Motion's been made and seconded to accept Jake's leave of absence for 6 months. Effective August 1st. Roll call.
West,
Yes.
Rucker.
Yeah.
Menard,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Householder.
Yes.
Discrepancies in water bill discussion.
I asked for that to be put on the agenda. We just had some conversation, mostly via Facebook even, where people were comparing water rates. And it does, who sent it to me? Jill did send me a chart that shows the water usage is different per gallon depending on what bracket you fit in. I don't think common people realize that, and I think that's leading to some confusion. If people are trying to compare water bills, you're not comparing apples to apples, and that's leading to people thinking there's deception that isn't there. I think it would be nice to send out a letter or some type of education. Could be the kind of thing that could be listed on the website, but just something so people can see here's the rates and here's the why and the out-of-town charge and all those types of things. That way people can, see what's being compared and be able to calculate.
Right. And it's kind of a confusing process, but and we can gladly send out the ordinances or whatever needs to be done.
Well, yeah, that is something, if we want to put it on the website, we can put a bracket on the website under the water department, that would help them understand.
Because when you look at your bill, it doesn't actually show you a multiplier of what you're being charged, which seems a little odd, that there should be, and in fact, an indicator of what you're being, what's being multiplied. How do you come to this number? If Jill hadn't provided me with that information, I wouldn't have it either. So it just seems weird, and then the zero messes everybody up, there's always the zero discussion, so.
We could definitely be more transparent and clear on helping people understand their bills for sure.
Yeah.
I was actually part of that comparison, and Chelsea had put that bracket on the Facebook discussion. There's still a discrepancy though, because my water bill and the other young lady's water bill, we were actually in the same bracket, but I had used more and was charged less. So there's a discrepancy beyond just the bracket not understanding it. I mean, we were in the same category. I used like 30 gallons more, but I was charged $20 less. But
And you both live in town?
Yeah, we both live there. Everything was the same. We were in the same bracket and stuff like that that's on the list. So there's definitely still a discrepancy in there somewhere.
Thank you.
After the meeting, we'd like to have the two names and we'll.
No problem.
Let's see here. Is that all for water bill discrepancies?
That was all I was concerned about, yeah.
Next item is American Rescue Plan.
Yeah,
Is this what you fill in?
Yes, I filled this out and submitted it to, I can't remember what the acronym was for this, the
NEU or NEU.
yeah. So this has been completed. Saying that that we may possibly be able to receive some money off that. You can see the bracketing in the book here. There's if we receive any of the funds, there's some, I'm sure, nice stack of paperwork that goes with it, but it has been applied for, and we'll see what comes out of that.
So, I got an email late, early this evening, I should say, on the employee retention tax credits. I thought it might be something that's, but it's not. Do you know anything about that, Rick?
I've never heard of it, no, like, you never
Okay.
know.
And I'll investigate and, we'll talk about it next month.
Next item is the Illinois Federal Surplus Renewal Application.
Oh, it's not in here. The number that they gave me when they left that voicemail, either I wrote it down wrong or they gave me the wrong number. But we were part of it. It's like, it's Illinois surplus stuff, and they were wanting to know if we renew it, but I haven't had a chance to actually get ahold of someone yet.
So next month.
Yeah, yeah, I don't, and I haven't had a chance, I kinda wanted to pull what it was before. You guys remember Rick? I know we were. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while since we visited that. Next item is the all fan switch replacement or repair.
I talked to Alec, he's supposed to be here Friday morning, I told him to get over to Joe. I told him about the switches, one broke, one needs replaced, check the fans. If he's not there, nothing,
Yeah, so all the fans work, it's just,
the switch broken off,
yeah, it's like,
yeah.
it appears that, someone got the chairs a little too close to the bank of switches and one's broke, so it's not a big repair, just needs to be done.
So I told him to get over to Joe. And it's definitely get done for next Tuesday.
Sounds good.
What's next Tuesday?
Senior citizens again,
Oh,
they get upset.
yeah,
So next item is the Bunker Hill Area Chamber of Commerce Electric and Water request for Fall Fest 2021. Jill has put some stuff in the packet for you. In a nutshell, what she's asking for is if we could put a receptacle on the, at the location where our meter is for the street lights, which is in between Sage House and Kiffmeyer's building. There's a,
So there was an issue when the bands played up there with that pole.
well, so the way it works now,
It didn't work.
we have like the Chamber of Commerce has 3 meters that are on some of the existing power poles. On the Sage House side, one of the power poles has been removed and replaced. And along with that went the receptacles, the meter, and all the other stuff, because Ameren says they don't do that anymore. And that was a kind of a gift from Ameren a while back, so it's not something they do anymore. We have to find an alternative way to power what the Fall Fest needs. Total electric consumes about $15 out of 3 meters for the Chamber of Commerce. So it's not like they're not really using a tremendous amount of power. Not only that, we have our lights on for them all day long on 159 to power that. So they would like permission to put receptacles there and do away with the power meter on the north side of the road, or the power outlets on the north side.
So they're wanting the city to put them in?
Yes.
Do we have
So we said we would have to get a cost for it and like that in next month to table and get some pricing. And I guess Ameren's fine.
You have
with it.
time before next month?
Yeah.
Yes.
we don't, yeah.
Gonna be here next month for the fall.
Do you know about how much it would cost, John?
I couldn't see it costing a couple $100.
So if we say not to exceed,
Well, is Ameren okay with us putting one on the pole?
That's our power.
it's our,
Okay,
it's
well, that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, we have,
I thought you
a breaker there, main, and then,
Yeah, I actually turned it on and off for Christmas tree the first year.
do we prove it with just not to exceed some amount that we know it will cover?
I think $200 would cover,
Just
because it's just gonna be some,
Is
some
it
short
gonna be,
pieces of.
our guys that do it, or are we gonna contract it out? So I can
Oh, they're contracted out for insurance reasons.
So that's why I was wondering if 200,000.
I get the speed demons to do that or something.
Whatever you need.
About not to exceed 500.
I'd say
Obviously, we'll
500.
go. All right, and I'll make the motion
That way we
to
get it
install
done.
not to exceed 500, cost of 500.
Right. I second. Because we're gonna need it.
Request not to exceed 500. Sure. Brown,
Yes.
Ruckert,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Gert,
Yes.
Menard,
Yes.
Householder.
Yes.
Next item, on your request was, for the carnival that the ambulance service and Chamber of Commerce have coordinated for the Fall Fest. They're needing water uptown. What our request is that we use the hydrant by Lincoln, and that they'll provide all their own hoses and so forth, but they were just wanting permission to use the water
For,
for the concessions for the carnival.
I'll make that motion.
They may even have a Dunkin' booth there too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
All right, so
I want you in it, Carrie, to ask if you're gonna be in it.
This is
Better
one
open the door like I did, Joe.
I was gonna say, Rick, you can get the
Yeah.
Might be like the little
Yeah, the library has it.
I thought somebody made it.
So we make a motion?
Glenn did, I'll second it. Unless Rick.
Approved use of the water hydrant. Right?
thinking,
Householder,
Yes.
West.
Yes.
Menard.
Yes.
Gert.
Yes.
Brown,
yes.
Ruckert.
Yes.
all right, so that is all for old business. Executive reports, we've got, Public Works Department. We have a printout on the table for y'all. You know, again, the sewer project was a big accomplishment this month. There's gonna be a little bit of follow-up over there. The road still needs graded again. After the last rain, it settled quite a bit. They did some oiling and shipping, sprayed with weeds and so forth, so they're doing their normal thing.
We will be taking over Jake's report when he's off. Did he mention anything yet?
We have not appointed anybody for that yet. That we'll probably need to do that next month. But as of right now, Luke is doing some of that, but so, as things progress there, we're gonna have probably some temporary changes in the Public Works Department for next month. So we've got a lot of stuff to work through there, but I have been helping Luke with, getting stuff sent off. We've called Hennigan for some advice on a few things, possibly guidance, so, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that.
Oh, I know, yeah, that's why I want to make sure that, I assume that it was taken care of, but I just want to make sure.
So we are watching it.
Yep. Sure.
Police Department, it's been a fair month on that too. We haven't had no major problems, no major breakdowns or anything so far.
Do we get a new tires in the car?
Yeah, tires are on the car.
Okay.
Yes, got that done today. Got the car line, the tires were really, the treading's bad on the outside and pretty decent on the inside. It needed the alignment. So, That was taken care of. No major excitement there. As the report, we won't have anything on that. Next is Rhonda. Chief Clerk report.
Most of it's just FYI, except that I got a letter about the MFT. Do we have any updates about that? I gave it, who did I give it to? Anyway, that needs questioned. But the video gaming report is FYI. Small business tours from the Illinois senator. I didn't know if you guys wanted to maybe talk to some of your small businesses to get involved with that. I'm just passing on the information. COVID outreach flyer, they would like to see if we're interested in having host a clinic, vaccination clinic. And then Military Affairs Committee, if you know any veterans or anything you'd like to pass that on to. Zoning letter request, Wall Brothers sold, so they were inquiring about zoning, so I had to send them a letter. And so that's an FYI. Jill and Lisa had Madison come in and check out the phones, and all the extension listing, updated extension listing is in the packet for you. And then the only other thing is our municipal league email with sample ordinances regarding COVID-19 face covering and employee testing. Just an FYI, I'm not suggesting anybody do any of that, but I'm just passing it on to you all.
Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome.
Next thing is mayor. So I spoke with Carrie Running about the empty lot. Told her that that's not our responsibility to mow. We sold that to Southern Illinois Healthcare Foundation. And they're gonna start maintaining that. It was never voted on through council to do that. That is private property, so they don't need to be on there. And then the employee leave audit results. So Carrie and I went through a lot of our time cards and got an accurate count on the employees' sick days, vacation days. We compiled the letters that are attached in your packet, and we had the employees approve them. After they approved them, we submitted that to Paychex. So Paychex is on straight track of who has what vacation, what sick time as of that date.
So there shouldn't be any question from here on out. We have, thanks to you guys, a firm, in writing,
Right.
starting point.
And then when we entered, so we had employees take vacation and sick leave last pay period, it's just this one that ended yesterday. Tuesday, sorry,
Monday.
yeah, Monday. Worked on it yesterday, it deducted from it. You could actually, it drops down, you see it, and it deducts their vacation time and their sick time.
Yeah, but it doesn't show that when you're entering, when I was checking it and entering.
Yeah, that was a
And,
problem last night.
Yeah, so when, it didn't, it just showed the hours worked. And so when I put in the vacation and the sick, because you couldn't see it there, it doubled it.
Right.
So I had to go back and remove it. That's why I do a little spreadsheet before, so I have that check and balance. So,
Right.
yeah.
But it was fixed and everything's fine, so. So that was a big accomplishment. It took quite a few hours to to go through all that and get that lined out. And it's, again, it needed to be done, and now we've got the proper starting point, yes. Next thing we go on to is attorney matters.
I sent Rhonda a note, and I'm sorry it took me all month. We got two bills for tax bills. One of them were the ones that we sold to Kim Kevin, and I sent it to him just reminding him that sometimes the assessor's office doesn't pick them up that fast. And the other one is the property where the cell tower is. Because we make money from the cell tower, the county will not let us, nor will the Department of Revenue let us claim it as
We already paid that, so.
10,000. So that was.
Yeah, I just got those today. I didn't copy them for everyone yet.
The next thing is, Rhonda very appropriately sent out a memo to us about, there's this thing called a push tax, where for gamings, you can tax a penny a play. And then the other thing is there's a tax where you can tax the terminals. The push tax is actually going to be eliminated if you don't enact it now. If you enact it, then you're never going to be able to increase it. And on terminals, it's not really part of the legislation that's been passed yet, but we can ask for a tax of up to $250 per terminal. We make good money from the revenues of the gaming machines anyway, but I just want to bring everybody's attention that we could make more. So unless anybody wants to advocate.
So who, would the businesses be paying those?
Well, yeah, the business ends up paying it.
They would pay the penny per play
Well,
and the,
and as well as they pay a terminal, per terminal fee to us. So if they have 4 machines, they'll end up owing us $1,000 a year. That hasn't passed yet.
top
We think it's
of the $1,500 gaming license.
on top of that, yes. And others, there are a number of municipalities that are doing that, and that's what's being allowed.
So you have to do it now if you're gonna,
Well, the push tax you have to do now, otherwise it's gonna be prohibited. The other one, it hasn't actually passed yet, so we have to wait until it passes. But it looks like it's gonna pass under pending Senate, but we just bring that to everybody's attention.
so the push tax,
Which
Push tax is the one where it's a penny per play.
okay.
The other one is the tax that right now the tax is that you can charge cities can charge, municipalities can charge $25 per machine in addition to whatever license we charge for them. But there's a pending bill to bring it up to $250 per machine.
So Rick, when do we have to make a decision on the push
The
tax?
push tax, you better make a decision soon.
Soon as in tonight or soon as in by next month's meeting or?
My thinking is you could probably get by with the September meeting still, because it hasn't passed the House and the governor hasn't indicated what he's gonna do with it. The other one, you can't do anything with it, it hasn't passed.
Right.
I'll watch it. So unless someone has any desire to try to sneak onto this push tax, then I think we just have to watch and see what we can do, when we can do.
So do you guys wanna have the ordinance prepared for the penny per play push tax for
We had that-
September or what?
Well, yeah, I could have it ready to adopt in September.
When do you think the other one will pass? Any idea?
I think that it's gonna pass before the end of the fall session, so it will pass sometime in September or October.
I was just wondering if we could combine it, but it doesn't sound like it.
Well, I think the answer is the push tax one is going to be eliminated by the bill that's gonna authorize the other.
I got
So it's a kind of crossways. So if you wanna try to do both, you better do the push tax now, and then when the other bill comes, we can do that too. And sometimes I'm astonished at how much money we get for the machines, and nothing we do or don't do, it's people that use the machines. We shouldn't even tax another penny. Well, that's something that has been tried by other municipalities, and we haven't done it yet.
what impact is then put on the business owner?
They're gonna have to pay a penny. You know, they can deal with the machine, to try to figure out how they recoup it from somebody who's playing, but it's gonna be paid by the business owner to the Department of Revenue and then rebate it to us.
Oh, so they have to pay.
So it comes directly out of what they would profit, not what the whole group would profit.
Yeah, come out of what basically this money is gonna end up being charged to the person who has a gaming machine. And because our pie is, as I said, sometimes astonished, but the pie that's retained by the owners is even bigger than that. So, these are efforts to have the municipalities make more money off of the gaming machines.
Last thing. You prepare the ordinance?
I have an ordinance ready for next meeting.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
The next thing, and didn't list these two, but there are two ones where I guess this really is an executive session, we have to decide. There were two notices that we gave of a nuisance condition of the Rao property and also what was the Koenig property, but now the Webb property. The owners tell me that they think they've got it up to snuff. I don't know what direction the council is on that.
Which one's up to?
The Webb, 604 Washington, they're cleaning that one up.
I'm gonna say, if it's not 100%, they're working.
They're working on it. And then Dennis Rao tells me that he has talked to some, and he cleaned up his place there too, the old hotel.
Black Forest Cafe.
Black Horse Cafe, I'm sorry.
He did?
Well, if you look at it, it's better than it was.
I think he added more buildings.
Yeah, like they went away, then they came back.
Well, they were the ones down at the park.
Black Forest Cafe.
Oh.
They were the two down at the park for the sports league.
But he called me and said that he's talked to some of the council members and he thinks that he's compliant and we're not upset. I said, well, I haven't been told, but I would check with you. So I guess I'll check with you.
So he has, just from driving by, you can tell that he's put tin on the roof. He has painted, planted flowers. So,
Some flowers. There.
So what you can do is you keep nudging him along if you want. I told him I'd get back to him if we still think that he needs to continue to improve the property. And the Webb property is being improved, I leave any question about that. So we can just send him a letter saying, keep it going, and unless someone says otherwise, we won't take any further court action.
Sounds reasonable.
So do we want to ask Mr. Roll to continue cleaning up, or?
So we're allowing the
Outbuildings.
the gondolas or whatever you want to call those to remain there.
Well, it's technically in our ordinance that they shouldn't be there.
I feel like they block being able to see coming out of that road, looking to the left.
There have been people that have commented about when you're on the car wash side and you're trying to turn left and come out.
And that's where the
Blocking
one
the road.
crosswalk is down there for the kids to go, so it's just, seems stupid to have them there.
Well, and that one, there's an ordinance violation by having them there. There's also, if they're there to the extent that they're a nuisance. Our nuisance complaint wasn't just on those trailers or
Storage units, yeah.
storage units. But if you want to tell them that we're not dismissing, but you need to get those storage units out, we can tell them.
Kind of a double-edged sword because it's a business too, but I think it does.
Those are his brothers, is what he said.
Well, he's allowed to be, he's the property owner. He's
Yeah,
allowed to be,
but he's-
you're right.
You can rent them with a photo and a post, and then you can have them sit on the corner.
Yeah, I think they-
I mean, he could keep them out of his house out in the
That's
country.
right. And you can
Why do
put
they
pictures
grow
of them as
Oh,
they
yeah.
I'm talking about David.
They're sitting in the center right now looking like crap.
I think David, I see David go get them and he got them on a trailer, he got one out of his house on a trailer. I mean, they bring
I
them.
personally think it's an eyesore.
He can store them out there, I guess, and then if he rents one out, but you can't really use them in town, so to speak, with the ordinance.
So what was our option, Rick?
Well, the question is, we filed a nuisance action that's set to have a hearing, and he called me up and said, no. My understanding is I've got things cleaned up and the board members are not dissatisfied. I said, I don't know that, but I'll check.
Well, has he talked to anybody?
He's only talked to me about it, and I explained why he had a nuisance violation.
But you didn't tell him that he met the requirements?
I did not say that, no.
So,
We could send him a letter to say, you need to keep cleaning up. It's not
We
in perfect
appreciate what
condition.
you've done, but needs to,
And you also need to consider getting those gators out of there.
I think they need to.
it needs more work, that's for sure.
Yeah, aside what they look from, what they look like, if people have trouble looking around them to see,
Yeah, they're blocking.
Can't you see that? Drive by every day.
I don't drive by there, I turn otherwise, but yeah, when I do drive by, I think that looks trashy.
Well, why don't I send that letter and we'll see where we are next month.
Perfect.
And on Webb, I think we just stopped. I think they've been cleaning up. We won't dismiss the action, but I think they're doing that. That was their intent when they bought it. Alrighty, that's all I have.
Thank you. We do have a topic to go into executive session about for personnel.
Motion room. I'll make a motion on executive session.
Motion has been made and seconded to enter into executive session. Voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved, we're in executive session. Thank you all for coming.
Mark, take care of that.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. They are. Bye, Liz.
Bye.
Oh, yes.
Facebook screenshot. That was her bill.
What is it?
Camera.
Who's his last name?
Yeah.
I don't usually work the audio visual equipment.
You just shut it.
And there's an end stream.
But I won't shut it.
What do you think?
The sound, I don't know.
Okay.
I understand the screen, yeah.
That ends the, audio too.
It's like, I'll be closing out. I think that's fine.
We should not show us. Yeah, that's what brought that whole discussion up, because I saw it, I'm like,
Well, we'll need audio visual help.
I wasn't trying to break away from it.
I have no idea.
That's all right.
Ask the teacher.
Sure, thank you.
I tried to, I pushed three different choices, X's and closes and.
Yeah, would you close that door too, once you know that